Akkalkote Shri Swami Samartha Leelamruta, written by Srimati Matangi, Balaji and Shri J.H. Barrett. Chapter 53. The Anger of Shri Swami. The story of an atheist. One day Shri Swami Samartha was sitting under a banyan tree. His mood was a little different, so he did not give darshan to anyone. Then one atheist sat down near him and asked someone else, "You say he is a saint, but he is getting angry." Shri Swami did not say anything to him. A fortnight later, under the same banyan tree, Kirtan program of Shri Mati Bhava was held. More than 500 people gathered to see it. Then Sri Swami said to the atheist, "If I get all angry, if I get really angry, I will cook and eat everyone here." He repeated this line several times. If Sri Swami speaks, then he repeats the same sentence over and over again. He was really very loving towards the devotees and very much inclined to protect them. However, at times he would appear to be very angry, but it was not true anger. He made no distinction between rich and poor. In fact, he seemed to be more interested in helping the poor. The king of Akkalkote. Sri Swami Samarth performed many miracles for Maloji of Raje, the king of Akkalkote, and made him his devotee. Raje's devotion to Swami was increasing day by day, and he would regularly visit Sri Swami on Thursday. Even though Raja was the king of the land, Sri Swami would never fail to show his anger towards him. Knowing the state of mind of Sri Swami, when he came to darshan, he would shed his real bearing and visit a humble servant of Sri Swami without even wearing sandals. This was a kind of surrender that Sri Swami loved. People of all religions would come to see him. Even the British would come. Sri Swami himself knew their wishes without knowing them and asking what to fulfill them accordingly. Sri Swami Samarth was very fond of dogs, but sometimes he would scold as cats as being atheist. He also liked a cow very much. Picking a leaf or a branch from a tree would make him angry. An incident illustrating this anger is presented in detail below. At Ganapatarao Joshi's home, once Sri Swami Samarth was sitting on the perch of the house of devotee named Ganapatarao Joshi. Then a servant went to cut a branch of lemon tree as instructed by his master. Upon seeing this, Sri Swami got very angry and shouted furiously, "Whoever cuts the shaft of our falki, his hands and feet must be cut." Hearing this, Joshi servant came down from the tree. However, Sri Swami anger did not subside and he continued to lash out. So she sat on one side with a sad face. After some time, Sri Swami got up on the porch and sat on the dung heap on the back of the house, where he continued to sit from others hours together. Joshi wandered in search of where Swami is had gone and later found him insitting the pile of dung. Then Joshi saw an insect entering into Swami's ear and blood flowing from the ear. At that time, Sri Swami Maharaj was in a very strange and playful mood, so he did not allow anyone near him. Joshi mustered and the courage up to courage to approach Sri Swami and said, "Swami, I am not going to be scared even if you beat me or kick me like dog. I will not let you until I will hug by your bug off your out of the ear." He took the bug off from the Swami's ear. Then Swami never got angry with him. When Joshi examined Sri Swami's ear, it was thoroughly clean and there was no sign of bleeding. So where did the blood come from? It was very surprising for everyone. Can any insect do anything to Parabrahma? Maharaja explained everything to everyone through his actions. When there was a fight amongst the devotees, Sri Swami would call them and tell them to behold an ant in their hands. He would tell them to turn into ant into sugar. And all the actions of Sri Swami were strange and incomprehensible to us. But as their thousand meanings they added, we can discern their true interpretation only when we develop the intuitive capacity to understand Swami Leelas. Here is the chapter 53, Shri Swami Samarth, J.J. Swami Samarth. 54th chapter, Maloji Rao's child gender. Maloji Rao desperately wanted a son. His wife, the Maharani, became pregnant by the grace of Sri Swami. After a few months, everyone asked Sri Swami whether the child was boy or girl. Without answering, he asked the servant to bring a bangle. Then it happened Sri Swami had alluded to the child with a girl. Maharani became pregnant a second time, and everyone asked Sri Swami the same question. This time, Sri Swami got up with a reply and sat in the kitchen. Everyone understood, and daughter was born too late for the king. During the third pregnancy, Sri Swami patted his thigh and put his hands together as if shooting a gun and said, hit. Everyone understood that a son was born. The next Raja was born just as Sri Swami had signaled. Here ends the chapter 53 and 54 of this pious book. Shri Swami Samartha, Jai Jai Swami Samartha.